Hello, Libra. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. Libra, we're going to ask the goddesses to talk to you this week. This week. I almost sound like Porky Pig there. Going to ask the goddesses to talk to you. So I've got, I was looking at the box the other night. It's not called Divine Goddess Wisdom. I don't know. This is what it looks like. Going to use this deck, and then I've combined my Wizards Tarot and my Everyday Witch Tarot. So we have Wizards and Witches working in conjunction, doing the Three of Pentacles together. There you go. And then I've got the teeny tiny Everyday Witch to clarify. So yeah, I'm just leaving it open to see what the goddesses want to talk to you about. For Libra. Goddess energy. What are we going to talk to Libra about in this reading? Libra. Devotion. Oh, I just got, maybe it's because somebody, I think, did somebody, was it this song? I just literally, I heard Whitney, or not Whitney Houston. Oh my God, Olivia Newton-John, hopelessly devoted to you. And to devote, that's funny, right? Devotion, devotion, time, the future and earth. It's almost like the future is now. The future is now, or the future is almost now. Something that's been, something that you've been working towards. It could be something that you've been extremely devoted to. Well, feels like it would be, right? I mean, here it is. It's like something you've been extremely devoted to for quite some time, but this has been it's like a devotion, and you have a practice towards it, or you do something, or you always kind of pay into it a little bit each day. You invest in it in some way, but it has to do with your future. And I'm kind of really hearing like the future is now. And if it's not like right this second, like you have entered that cycle. And something that you've been devoted towards, something that you've put a lot of yourself into. And earth. This is really going to be a time, I'm just hearing to like ground yourself, plant your seeds, and flourish. So whatever you've been investing in, if it's kind of like been, you know, a long-term goal for yourself, or it's just worked out to be a long-term goal, it's, yeah, the future is now. What's doing, Larry? So the cat's name is Larry. The cat's name is Larry, and he likes it. Yeah? So he went from being Abydos of Egypt to Larry of Canada. So yeah, he's immigrated fully. What you doing, Larry? You want to come and say hi? No? He's getting really fluffy. His coat is really growing in. So yeah, because when I saw pictures of him, he's been shaved down. He seems to be like, I don't know, like a Himalayan Persian. He's quite a fluffer. He's hanging out here. Oh, now he's going the other way. He's going the other way. Larry, he's going the other way. Don't worry, his documents still say Abydos, but he's also known as Larry. All right, Libra. And don't, you know, some people get upset. No, Abydos is so powerful. I'm telling you, he never came to that name. My son picked Larry, and the cat loves my son. The cat comes to Larry, and that's all you need to know, right? That's all you need to know. So let's see what this devotion is about This devotion for Libra. Really? Six cards, which comes out to 12. It's a double spread. All right. I'm really hearing that Olivia Newton-John song. Hopelessly devoted to you. Ace of Wands. Two of Wands. Oh, this is like a... It's almost... Okay, there's a lot more cards to come out, right? Like I said, there's a 6 on the top and 6 on the bottom. We're at 2. But this immediately comes off as suddenly realizing something that you want in your life. Or something that, oh my gosh. And then... Wait a second. What is on the table here? They are. I've never seen that before. There's 3 roses on the table here. Okay, so this is like... There's something that came into your life quite suddenly and unexpectedly. I'm really getting the feeling like this is not something that has just happened. I could be wrong, but because it feels like the future is now, it feels an awful lot like something that you've been devoted to, which is what we're going to be talking about. And that devotion, to kind of get the payout, to receive it, to feel it and have it fulfilled, that was in the future, but the future is now. The future is pretty much almost present here. So this feels like something that came into your life and very unexpectedly, but very inspiring. And this is almost like muse energy I'm getting from this 2 of Wands. Like there's other things that may have been coming into your life, other opportunities, but not really paying attention to those and really being devoted to, I don't know, even journaling about something. These roses here kind of like, right, something from your heart. I've never noticed all the stuff on this table before. There's a crystal ball here that sits on like the stem of a flower, but it's almost like on fire, electricity. You see that? I never noticed that in the card before. I could do a whole new level of readings with my glasses on. So let's keep going. There's a lot more cards to pull out. 3, 4, 5, 6. The Ace of Wands. Ooh, the 10 of Wands. Yes, see, this is something that has, yes, this has been a long uphill journey. There's 2 of Wands, the Star, the 9 of Pentacles, the Hierophant. You have the Hierophant out twice now here, because that's the last one in the top spread. The 6 of Swords, the Hanged Man, the Knight of Swords, the World, the Hierophant, the Emperor. Holy crap, that's powerful. That's a strong cusp. I think that's one of the strongest cusps. It's really come out as a very strong cusp in history. That's the Aries Taurus cusp. People born on that tend to be quite strong. Strong. And it can be utilized in different ways. Yeah, it's a powerful cusp. Very powerful. Only just saying that because Hitler was born on that cusp. Queen Elizabeth was born on that cusp. My previous art studio business partner was born on that cusp. It was like working for Hitler. Working, yeah, for, whereas it would have been with, right? Yeah, it's a partnership that wasn't with. Anyways, the 2 of Swords and the 7 of Cups is at the bottom. Where is this confusion coming from? No. This is almost like looking for some sort of meaning or some sort of direction or something here. And really, like, nothing obviously coming forward for you. But then it's what I feel like this does. But there's all sorts of stuff in the way of it. But, okay. However you sit in this timeline, if this is something that has just sort of recently happened for you, something that has come into your life that is incredibly inspiring. Again, I've already described what it is. If it's recently come in, if it came in a while ago, there's definitely obstacles in front of it with this 10 of Wands This inspiration has been a heavy burden to carry. This sort of eureka moment has been a heavy burden to carry. And I think for the majority of you, it feels like time. Time has been the real long-term factor here with something coming to fruition. Those of you where time has not been the factor, I feel like it's probably multiple obstacles. And even those that are dealing with time, I'm imagining there have been some obstacles there as well. So this has been quite inspiring, but also very heavy to carry. In some ways, it's also like some sort of knowledge that you end up. It's almost like a switch goes off in you, Libra, like a switch went off in you, and you can't unknow it. You can't just turn away from it. And I actually see here even turning away from some types of opportunities, but really becoming invested. You know, this could even be like you run into, I don't know, what, maybe you go to like a job fair or something, right? Like just to kind of make it a little more mundane. It doesn't always have to be like this huge spiritual thing. I like every day in our lives is part of our spirituality. It's almost like going to a job fair or something and talking to someone and just realizing, maybe finding a career that you didn't even know that existed. Like, you know, it could be something kind of obscure, or you knew about the career, but you didn't know what was involved with it. And then you find out about this information, like with this Ace of Wands. It's just like you are on fire. You can't put this down. You can't stop thinking about it. You can't put it down. You can't stop thinking about it. But there's a burden here. So, right, like maybe there's certain qualifications that you need for this, a certain level of education that you would need for this. And interesting that he's looking at the books. And even something like, let's just say something like astrology, you know, you're not necessarily, well, I guess you could have a career. I have a career reading freaking tarot on YouTube. So, yeah, so, yeah, you can have a career doing anything these days, which is good. Actually, I think that's a good thing, though. So, it is like you invest here. You really invest, and you learn and you learn and you learn. And I feel like you pass up opportunities with these ships in the background. I mean, these could be things like going out with friends, or these could be other opportunities that come your way that might even be, you know what, you could come and work here and you could make money right now. It's like, no, focus. But this is like a calling with the star. So this feels like something that you discover. It blows your mind. But there's also, I want to say, perhaps even some level of responsibility that comes with this, with the Ten of Wands. It's again like this light switch goes off, like, oh my God, this is what I meant to do. And somehow there's an obstacle in front of you doing it, or you really perhaps mastering it. And that becomes the weight of this. Like, you can't, it would be so much easier to do something else, to not focus on this, to not look at it. But you continue to do that with the Ten of Wands and the star. It is your calling. I feel a little bit too when I see kind of like this energy here of something that seems like it's your calling, is you invest in it. You turn away from other things. But with this Ten of Wands here and the star, it tells me that there's probably a correction taking place on getting you back on your path somehow. You know, like you deviated, you made some choices, maybe ego-based choices that weren't in the same direction as your soul's journey here, but you still find yourself on the path of your soul's journey. And now you have the Nine of Pentacles and the Hierophant. I feel like this is mastery. I feel like this is really mastering it here. This is so interesting because they're both reading this book. Or maybe they're different people. I don't know. Let's just not go there right now because I'm not sure. But I'm intrigued by the fact, like, it feels more to me like a storyline where, oh, yeah, how much can I learn about this? How much more do I need to learn about this? And maybe it's not even asking yourself those questions. It's just like getting deeper and deeper into some sort of study or exploring something. This could even be something of yourself. But then this Nine of Pentacles, look, she's got the book. but she's walked out of the building. This is what is interesting, because he's surrounded by the books. So again, I'm kind of getting that, you know, that level of when you educate yourself about something and then you have to apply it. It's all fine and dandy to read about something and, oh, you know, and theoretically, if you do this, this, and that, this will happen. Oh, that sounds great. So then you go out and you apply it to whatever it is that this could be. And it's like, well, no, because this isn't going to happen. And not everybody's going to follow the rules of the theory. So it's, yeah, interesting. But she's walked out of the building. So this is almost like applying it. And then it's like applying it with others. It's like sharing it with others. Some of you, you know, this could be somebody who's gotten into some sort of a spiritual arts. With the Hierophant, it's a very high calling here. It's something that you've studied a long time for. This is almost like an endless study. You're always learning here. This is an extreme devotion, but it is a burden that one must carry. And now where is this going? See, now you continue, okay, you've developed this. You're applying it. You're taking it outside of some sort of theoretical basis and you're diving into the reality of life with it. But you're sharing this somehow. You're sharing this with others. These Hierophants, interesting. These are two very different ways of teaching something. Right? Look at, because she's, yeah. Maybe these are. Okay, I needed to get past the first part of the story. This is almost like, I don't know why two people are showing up in your reading. Maybe you're like paralleling someone here. Because there's two people reading a book. And one's a guy and one's a girl. One's a she and one's a he. One's a, yeah, whatever. One's got a beard and one does not. They're both reading this book. And then, right? So a masculine and a feminine. And this could still be within you. But it's intriguing because now you have a masculine and a feminine in two different Hierophant cards. So they've both mastered something here. And it's like how they apply it and how they teach it. Because she's on the ground like kumbaya. Everybody like, close your eyes. Concentrate on your breath. That sounds good. Okay. Release your mind. But then this is like, no, A plus A is C. Oh, I can never do that shit. I hate that. I don't understand. Math was so hard to start with. And then it was like they started adding letters. I'm like, holy fuck. Are you kidding me? Yeah. So anyways, let's go over there in a minute. The Six of Swords with the Hanged Man. Okay, you know what this feels like? This feels like two people that are mastering something. I don't even know if it's the same, like if it's the same topic. But there is. There's a sense of mastery. And I feel like they come together on a timeline here. With the Six of Swords and the Knight of Swords, it's like, okay, now you're moving. But you're moving over here. Like with the algebra and all shit. Yeah. Yeah, there's two ways this is showing up. Actually, it's kind of it's not one or the other in the way that two things are showing up. It kind of feels like it's this and that. So what I've described here, right? Like this could be something that you're doing at home. This could be something that you're learning online. This could be something that you've taken on a community course. This could be something that you've learned at a retreat. Because it doesn't, like there's, you know what too? And there are, because there's no like King of Swords or anything here. This or King or Queen of Swords. The swords come in after. And to me, the swords are something like, well, there's rules and there's laws and there's, you know, intellectual clarity. It's very, very defined. Where this is kind of the energy that is kind of very mutable and the experience is perhaps very personal, you know, and then if you're teaching it to someone, their experience becomes very personal. I mean, you can't do that with heart surgery, right? Like, you kind of need to really have a scientific and biological cut and dry basis for it. And if you want to explore it in different elements, you should probably do it on cadavers, you know, before you do it on living people. But you see, that's what I'm getting here, because this Hierophant is very technical, right? Yeah, this Hierophant is very, very technical. So I kind of feel like for some of you, where I'm going with this is, I feel like it's almost something that could be started off as a hobby, and it's quite fruitful. Like, you really master it as a hobby. This is your calling. This is, yeah, it's like stumbling upon it, though. It's really weird how that happens. And even I want to say learning it the hard way with the 10 of Wands. It could even be like learning it the hard way. Learning it on your own. And then I'm going to get into this in a minute, but before I get, because this is taking us here. When we get here, this is almost like, yeah, like maybe you need to get a credential for it. This kind of reminds me too, like, I give examples of myself because it's my life. It's the easiest way I can kind of produce something for you, unless it comes in as a metaphor of a popular storyline. But it reminds me of like when I was making handmade creams and moisturizers, and I was incorporating essential oils. I found a lot, like I was kind of like doing that on my own and just learning what I could, where I could about it. But then I realized the more I learned about it, and if I was going to be giving this to other people or selling it, that I needed to understand the more, in a way, scientific background information about essential oils, because there are particular oils that certain people should not be using, especially if they're prone to certain types of cancers, or even women in different stages of life, menopause or reproductive stages, because we're chemicals. We're chemicals, and we're water. And then when you introduce other chemicals, it can have different effects. So that's when I studied actually aromatherapy, so that I could really understand. And that's a feeling like here, like that, right? Like, it's almost like something that starts off a bit as a hobby. You really dive into it. You're devoted to it. And maybe this is even telling you, like, this is where you're going to need to take it. This is going to grow so far, because then you have the 6 of Swords and the Hanged Man. And that has a feeling like, well, it kind of stops here. With the Hanged Man, like, where do you go with this? What do you do with this now? And it kind of did stop when I learned, because having a little bit of information about something vast is not great, especially if you're going to introduce it to people that don't even know you. There's a sense of responsibility in that. And I don't know if that's something that's coming up here, like a sense of responsibility to know more. To know everything that you can in every avenue of something that you're devoted to. Because I feel like you're applying it to others. You're applying it to others, and where do you take this now, right? If you're gonna, it's like you hit a ceiling. You hit some sort of a glass ceiling. And now is the time. So I don't know if now is the time for you to think about really getting serious about something that you do, or maybe you're going to run into somebody that, because it's intriguing that you have 2 people studying a book, a masculine and a feminine, and then you have 2 Hierophants, a masculine and a feminine, that have a very different way of doing things. But they're both legitimate. However, this one becomes very empowering. It's like a bossy pants. The Hierophant and the Emperor. So the universe is trying to take you somewhere. That's what I'm getting here with the 6 of Swords. The Hanged Man, this can't really go any further. So the universe is, if you kind of like see where this goes, don't be adverse to expanding beyond what you are even comfortable or familiar with here. Because you're going somewhere bigger with the world. You've mastered something as much as you can here. You can't master it any further. If you want to keep it there, that's fine, but I feel like you'll become stagnant and you might even get bored with it. You'll always be looking for something a little bit more. So the universe is trying to take you somewhere here, Libra. And with the Knight of Swords, it's very direct. There's no if this has been, right, with this 10 of Wands, if this part of your journey has been long, it's been arduous, it's been complicated, it's had obstacles throughout it, this really does not. This is just like, boom, you go right there. This is what you were looking for. And could even be like finding the right person with the right information. Yeah, this person has really mastered something here. But oh, they have runes here. I feel like this Hierophant and the Emperor are like an energy of someone. I mean, maybe it's what you become here. Please don't become a dictator. That is a tricky energy, I'm going to tell you. My own personal experience with it. Not nice. Yeah. So, yeah. Well, okay, let's keep going here. And maybe, right, with the Seven of Cups and the Two of Swords, there's more. It's like you wish, desire for more. Desire for more. Because you can't really take it any further here. Yeah, this even has an interesting, like, look to it where it could be someone who has a very savvy business sense or, you know, something like that. And you've been doing something that's a hobby. And, you know, because there can be a danger with becoming stagnant and not growing something. You can go backwards. Because if you start to create something here that isn't some sort of demand that you've been devoted to and you've mastered, but you're not willing to take the next steps, or you don't know how to take the next steps. Like, let's say you have people, international people that want your product or want to connect with you and want to do whatever this could be that you're making here. This is your growth and this is your momentum. But when you put a stop on your momentum, you can go backwards because they won't keep coming if you can't deliver it to them, or they won't keep coming if, you know, I just don't have, you've seen a lot of businesses do that where they start off very unexpectedly, the business, like a small restaurant, it's just nuts, right? Like, it's just so, the lineups are out the door and they can't, you know, like they need someone to quickly look, see, okay, can we transfer this lease to another unit in this plaza so that we need something bigger? Because people are going to get tired of lining up and not getting the service. I guess it's just what I'm getting. Like, I really feel like you have an opportunity here to grow with something. And the universe is would really like to get you there, because it's like with the Hanged Man, you may not be able to see how to go there. But this energy definitely is like, yeah, okay. You know what would come in really nice with this is the Empress, because you got two Hierophants here. So they're both masters of themselves and masters of, too, I feel like, providing devotion, being devoted to things that are very important, taking it seriously, whatever this is, that this devotion is as well. But this energy feels like if you can't pull in some Empress with it, it could dominate you. You know, like you could over time lose sight of what it was that you really created, because all we're doing here is franchising, making it bigger, you know, like that. I mean, that's really obviously huge. But, so I mean, like, you can't lose sight of the grassroots of why this was made. So what's this devotion? Devotion. The Page of Wands and the Two of Pentacles. It's interesting devotion. It almost feels like you really, okay, the things that are communicated to you, and perhaps even the things that you communicate, you weigh this. It's very Libra. What are you weighing, though, with the Page of Wands and Two of Pentacles? You know, okay, the other part of this could be, yeah, this could be something that you do as a hobby. Because the Wands are coming in like that. And the Two of Pentacles, though, can be like things that you've got to balance in everyday life here. So that's kind of like what that's feeling. Balancing things. You're balancing this to achieve something. The Ace of Wands and the Ten of Wands. See, the Seven of Pentacles. This is something that is very inspiring, very unexpected, but you have to keep planning for it. And look at the Six of Swords. Your planning is working. I do feel like if you're not there right now, you're about to hit a moment where you feel a little bit stuck with the Hanged Man, and you're looking. You're trying to look at things from different angles. That's the point where you get the movement. Like all of this planning is leading you there. All of this planning and kind of strategizing and coming up with a new playbook for yourself. It all leads you to the Six of Swords, which is taking you to something, yeah. Like the King of the Castle. Two of Wands and the Star. I just heard in my head, so if I'm the King of the Castle, who's the dirty rascal? The Page of Pentacles, maybe. The Page of Pentacles. This is so grassroots, Libra. You've had to like kind of start from beginning here. You've taught yourself along the way. You're like a little download machine. I would describe you as that, like a little download machine with the Star and this Page of Pentacles. Like when you don't know, you just keep kind of plugging away. You're just this very practical energy that is sitting in here with all this inspiration. Nine of Pentacles and the Hierophant. So you see how they all went in different directions. The King of Wands, the Two of Wands, and the Five of Pentacles. Sorry that I would say that, right? You end up with the Five of Pentacles and they all went in different directions. I don't know. I don't know what that means, but it feels like it means something to somebody. They all went in different directions. I don't know who that is because I'm really only seeing you for the most part. There is sort of the echoes of someone you might be paralleling here, but you focus it in different ways, right? And two, like this guy's in this, he's in a room with all of these books. So it's all very theoretical. It's very intellectual, even though it's wands. But the Nine of Pentacles is outside. This reminds me of two people who was, there was something that I thought about that when I finished college, I wanted to go to university and I wanted to study entomology and become an entomologist because I thought it was fascinating, right? But like there's two ways that you could be fascinated by this and learn it. One is like you're pretty much in the lab all day looking at the books and looking at the, what are they called? Anyways. To like, is a 3-segmented antenna? Is it a clubbed antenna? No, then you have to go, okay, then it's this. But this is like taking it outside. I really feel like you're paralleling someone. And you both have information about things, but it's been acquired in different ways. So I'm not sure. I don't know why. I'm kind of picking you up as, I think the Nine of Pentacles, because initially it's like a feminine looking person in the Ace of Wands. And this is your point of inspiration. But again, what you take something to here feels like you do it in your own very unique way with the King of Wands. And the Two of Wands, you're following through on this dream. But the Five of Pentacles, now that's even like the feeling of maybe stepping away from it for a second. And there you go with the Hanged Man. This could be something that you were really devoted to at a different time in your life. And you, maybe even too, because of with the Two of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, kind of always waiting for the opportunity to initiate this again, to get involved with it. But I feel like if you do, it's going to be like big, much bigger than it was before. So the Six of Swords and the Hanged Man. The Six of Swords, where was that? Nine of Cups. I feel like that was already flipped. It looked like it was flipped. And now that I'm saying that, I feel like before I started jabbering on there. Okay, this Ace of Cups. Did you see anything flip in the deck? Because I could have sworn that I saw something that still looked flipped, and then I kind of forgot about it and I started talking. I feel like this is walking away from something to fulfill a dream. You walked away from something here to fulfill a different dream, or it wasn't becoming the dream you wanted it to be. Like that road came to an end here somehow. And then that, like looking forward, coming from the Five of Pentacles, looking into the Nine of Cups and the Ace of Cups. Something that feels more fulfilling emotionally. The Six of Swords and the Hanged Man. That's what I was trying to... And I could also say, if you want to say, well, Cindy, I think the Nine of Cups and the Ace of Cups flips, when you're asking about that. You know, we can still put it there because it's pointing in that direction, right? This is going in that direction. So, and it is. It's meant to lead you to, wow, what am I saying here? Justice in the King of Swords. There's that kind of energy, right? It's like, well, now you need a more technical, even a certificate or, I don't know. Yes, you're going to something very factual. This almost has the feeling too of like someone who lives on a deserted island with a few friends, and you learn, I don't know, like you learn some sort of basic like nursing or applying, like healing to people, and then you get rescued from the deserted island, right? So then you get rescued from the deserted island, and all the people that you were helping, like if they sprained an ankle or they broke a limb, and you said it, like you managed to do all of this, but like you really, like once you, I don't know, you end up somewhere, either it's a cycle or physically. It's just like that deserted island where, you know, this is a passion, this was something you discovered as a calling, but again, you kind of got removed from it, and but then it's almost as if to say, no, you could do this, but you're going to have to go to school, and you're going to have to, you know, get the qualifications and the certification for it to apply it. It's really kind of funny. Because there you go. Justice in the King of Swords. This is leading you directly to the insight that you need, the answers that you need. Knight of Swords and the World. Did you guys just see what that did? That was crazy. I would play that back in slow motion because just watching it happen was freaky. The Eight of Swords, right? You guys saw that. It's the Hermit, and the Hermit went like out, flipped, and came back in and went like that. It's crazy. The Hermit and the Ace of Wands. This is all linked to the initial unexpected inspiration, right? Yeah. But it's feeling like you can't get to it. Well, that comes to an end. Yeah, I don't know. And how many different things this could be in your life? It really is something grand and unexpected. Oh, and you're working on this. You're learning as much as you can about it. And then it just comes to like a dead end. But when you hit that dead end, the universe has got a plan here. And it's taking you, it's the end of feeling either stuck or not sure how to get, how to really get to what something is meant to be. And there it is, the Hierophant and the Emperor. The Hierophant and the Emperor. Shit, the Emperor and the Four of Pentacles. What is that? You know how I said an Empress would be good? We got two Emperors. Holy crap, this is strong. I don't know what this is, but it's probably the strongest energy I've ever seen. These two people are so much the same. It's almost unexplainable. Because I've said before, I feel like you are paralleling someone. Maybe in your life, you've been like kind of running a parallel life to someone. And then here it is. I don't know what this, I don't know if this becomes like a business partnership, if this becomes some, I don't know, learning back and forth with each other. I want to say you both have met your match here. There's 3 fours. This is like, this energy is not movable. Once I would say it comes together. That's been a bit of a theme. I feel like I've said that a couple times in readings this week. Is there anything else you can say about this? Like, it's just, it's pretty strong energy. The 5 of Cups. Why is this the 5 of Cups? And maybe these two... Why is this the 5 of Cups? The Moon. Because there's something unknown here. There's some fears? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe you're meeting your own match, Libra. And I mean match. Like, this person mirrors you. You mirror them. It's weird. And then after all of that, you come out like being two of exactly the same. There could be, it's almost like, yeah, if you meet yourself that way. I want to say with the 5 of Cups and the Moon, however this energy comes together over here, there is initially at least some sort of kind of like, you know, if you're literally dealing with someone who is exactly like you, I'm trying to find the right words for it. It's like all the parts of you that could be used to either defend yourself, protect yourself, like you always almost like you always move away from the other person. Like, I'm almost like picturing if you were mirrored. It's weird. It's the weirdest energy I think I've ever encountered in a reading. I feel like I'm just concerned for you because it didn't come out as an Empress. It came out as another Emperor. It could actually be, it could, yeah, well, that could be too. I could be overthinking it because this could also be a same-sex situation as well. And in that case, it's okay. But, you know, it's the 5 of Cups and the Moon. So there could even be somebody that you meet. If, for my friends out there that are same-sex relationship oriented, I would say that I feel like you parallel someone here. And you meet them and they are so much like you, but somebody may not be open about their sexuality here with the 5 of Cups and the Moon. And that becomes difficult. Like, it becomes hard to move past that. I don't know. It's just, there's something about that energy. It's very difficult to work through. Very difficult. It almost could produce, that's what I'm looking for, like stalemate. Stalemate energy with that 4 of Pentacles coming out. Okay, let's look at the 7 of Cups and the 2 of Swords. The Knight of Cups and the Tower. Oh, I'm going to tell you right now, I think you have a challenge in front of you, Libra. You're meant to move towards this challenge. And this is a very strong personality challenge that I feel like you're going to be dealing with, that is connected to like something that it's your calling. You're meant to do it. this is an interesting challenge, because it's as if emotionally that would feed something here, but there's something unknown. Something not expressed. A fear about even possibly rejection, a fear of rejection. I'm gonna one more time, see if I can get anything else out of this, because I feel like this energy is like a long term, like you're going to be working with this for a while. Anything else to tell us about double Emperor, Hierophant, and the Four of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands? Yeah, it is. You've met your match, and you're going to grow like nobody's business in that. You and someone that you parallel here, you've met your match. In every way that you know how to kind of like stand up for yourself, advocate for yourself, be your own boss, take control of your life. I mean, we're looking at the Hierophant and the Emperor, so those are the elements that I'm kind of looking at there. There's somebody here who does it exactly the same way as you. So anyway, you're the Wheel of Fortune and the Hanged Man. It's interesting. The Empress does appear, but in reverse. This is something that you are really meant to dig some stuff out of yourself. This other person that you run parallel with is meant to dig some stuff out of themselves as well. And wait for something to be flipped. Now, the other thing I'm getting here too, for my friends that are same sex, is that, I mean, I'm not, so I can only assume, right? I would assume that even in a same-sex relationship, that one person is a little more masculine and one is a little more feminine than one another, right? I'm just assuming that. I could be wrong, but anytime that I've known people that were same-sex, it did seem to appear that way in a relationship. This is, I want to say that there's a reason for these two coming together. That's shown on this path. But for some reason, you're both appearing like this strong masculine energy. And then something needs to flip. Something needs to switch here. Because the Empress is there, but she's in reverse. That's a really unique reading. Yeah. So, I'm going to go do the extended. Wait a second. Yeah, so what I'm going to do in the extended is I'm talking to the underlying cards that came out during this reading. We will explore in the extended. Now, because I did say the future is now. So I don't know if I've just read a story and I kind of said I felt like it, right? That this was something from before. And then the future is now. Is this now? Something that you're going, this is a very powerful connection. And I really feel like with this Four of Pentacles, the universe is going to keep you there for a while working this out. So maybe that's what you're coming into now. Or something you've been doing now. So I'm going to go and do those in the extended and see where this goes. There you go, Libra. Thank you so much, my friends. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.